Good afternoon, everyone. In previous class, I think we completed the introduction of string class and what is SCP, string constant pool, what is the purpose of string constant pool, and why Java people introduced string constant pool only for string class, why not other classes, right? So now we are going to discuss the other concept called, okay, so string immutable. So let me put guys. Immutable. I think already in the previous class already we discussed, right? String is immutable, right? String is a immutable object. So we will see what is immutable. Okay. So everything we are going to learn now, right? So now, right. So why string is immutable? Okay. Now, see, I think already we discussed it, right? Let me here draw one diagram, the string constant pool. Okay. So now, I think yesterday already we discussed, right? So now this is heap area. Let's assume in this heap area, part of this heap area, what we have, guys, string constant pool also we have. Right. So this is heap area. Okay. So this is what string constant pool, SCP. String constant pool or string literal pool. Right. This is special memory location. Now, so let's assume, right? So here, okay, in our Java application, now I'm taking string Ramu, okay, string Ramesh, okay. So this one of the citizen we have string Ramesh, okay. He is from, let's assume, Mumbai city, okay. So now string Ramesh is equal to Mumbai, okay. So now the citizen called Ramesh is from what? Mumbai city, right? So now for that, what we are going to create, guys, this one object will be created. See, this is Mumbai. This is means what? Constant. If you see, this is what, guys, constant. Okay. So directly this constant object, okay, this is the one string object. This object is going to create where? The SCP area. Okay. So now I think yesterday we discussed it, right? Right, in the constant, okay, directly one object will be created. In this area, how many objects will be created, guys? Only one object will be created. Okay, so now, so that object where it will create, guys, directly in the string constant pool it will create. Okay, now with the object, what is the content we have? Mumbai, right? Now this Mumbai object, who is referring? Ramesh, right? No. In the same way, one more citizen came. Okay, no. His name is Suresh. Okay, he also from Mumbai city. He is also from Mumbai city. Now, here already Mumbai, okay, with the content Mumbai, one object already created in string constant pool. All these things yesterday we discussed, guys, right? So now, so here JVM will not create one more object, guys. So this is also what, guys, constant. So now for the constant where the object is going to create directly in the string constant pool. Am I right? Now, already one object is created in string constant pool. Now, always JVM, okay, before creating any object in string constant pool, JVM will go and verify whether this the same content, is there any object already been created in string constant pool or not. Like that it is, okay, it will go and verify. If the same content, if any already, if any object is exist in string constant pool, so now, now JVM will not create any new object, guys. Okay, so JVM simply will refer what? That object. Now with the Mumbai already object is there in string constant pool, right? So now JVM will not create any new object because already with the same content, one object is already been created in string constant pool. Now this Suresh reference variable pointing to the same object which is already created. Alright? Now this Suresh is referring what guys? Okay, the same object what already been created. Now the same way one more person came. Okay, string now Ganesh is also from Mumbai city. Is also from Mumbai city. Now, already with the same content, one object is already existing string constant pool, right? So this time also JVM will not create any new object, guys. With the same object, okay. Now Ganesh is going to refer. Clear now? Okay, this is what string constant pool, right? So now let's suppose one more guy came. This time Santosh. Okay, so he is also from, let's assume, Mumbai city. Okay, so now for this also, okay, we are not going to create any new object, guys, because the same content is same, right, for all the objects. Why we need to create multiple objects, right? So that's what yesterday we discussed. That is the called string constant pool. Okay, so now here now the Santosh is going to refer to the same object already, what already we created, right? So now Santosh. Santosh simply refer what guys? The same object what already been created. Now, how many reference variables we have for this object? 4 reference variables we have. Ramesh, Suresh, Ganesh, Santosh. Fine. So now, after some time, okay, now Ramesh came and okay, he's saying, okay, by mistakenly I have given my city as Mumbai, but my city is Chennai. Okay. Now he's saying my city is what guys? Chennai. Now, Ramesh trying to assign what guys now? Chennai. Now, right. So now, if Ramesh, because Ramesh, Suresh, Ganesh, Santosh, all are okay, representing what? The Mumbai object. I mean the object what already created. Now, this Ramesh, okay. So but Ramesh, what he is saying? He is trying to change from city Mumbai to Chennai. Now, if we update here Mumbai to Chennai, okay, so unnecessarily the remaining three okay references, Suresh and Ganesh, Santosh, all these three also get affected or not? Affected, right? Because here Suresh also from Mumbai, Ganesh city, what is the Ganesh city guys? Mumbai. Santosh is also from Mumbai city. Only Ramesh is Chennai, right? By mistakenly provided Mumbai earlier. Now he want to, okay, he want to correct his city name, Mumbai to Chennai. But if he update now, the remaining all these three references is going to affect, right? So if you update instead Mumbai, if you update Chennai, the remaining three okay references, Suresh, Ganesh, Santosh, these three also will get affected. So definitely this is an issue because why Suresh is from Mumbai city, Ganesh is from Mumbai city, Santosh is from Mumbai city. These are not from Chennai. Only Ramesh is from Chennai, right? So no, that's why okay. That's why string people is not allowed to change anything in that existing object. Okay, so that's why string people, okay, Java people make once you created a string object, okay, if you want to, if you try to change anything in that same object, okay, with the change, new object will be created, but you cannot change, okay, on the existing object. Understand? So now, what will happen now? For Ramesh, he's trying to change from Mumbai to Chennai, right? So one new object will be created with the change. What is the change now? Chennai. Chennai. Okay. Now Ramesh is now started referring from where, guys? Now he stopped referring from this object. Now Ramesh is started referring from this object now. Clear now? Right? So now, if you make like this, then the problem what we saw just now is resolved or not? Because Suresh, Ganesh, Santosh is not going to affect. Because Suresh is from Mumbai city, Ganesh is from Mumbai city, Santosh also from Mumbai city. Now Ramesh only from Chennai city, right? So now, if you allow to update in the same object what already been created, so unnecessarily the remaining three references, they're going to affect or not. So that's why in Java, okay, so Java people make the string class is what, string object is what, guys? Immutable. Immutable means what? Non-changeable. Okay, once we create a string object with the some content, okay, you cannot change that content anymore. If you try to change that content, okay, with that object, okay, with the change, new object will be created. Understand? So you cannot change in the existing object. If you try to change anything in the existing object content, with the new change, a new object will be created. Okay, you cannot change anything in what? Existing object. This behavior is nothing but what, guys? Immutable. Okay, hope you people understand now what is immutable. Clear, guys? Right now. Let me write that point, guys, and we will go. So what is immutable, right? Once we create an object, once we create an, once we created a, hmm, once we created a string object, we cannot perform okay, any change in the existing object. Existing object. If we are trying to change, you're trying to perform any change, you're trying to perform any changes with those changes, right? With those changes, a new object will be created. Okay, new object will be created. This behavior is nothing but what, guys? This behavior is called immutability. This behavior is nothing but what, guys? Immutability. Clear now? Right. Now. Okay. Now. Yeah. See here. Hmm. Let me give one more example, guys. Right. So now, string, okay, string name, okay, or else student name, st name. First student name is Santosh, let's say, right? So now string st name, student name 2. This is first student name. This is second student name. Okay. Now the second student name also what? Santosh. Right? So now for this, how many objects will be created, guys? Right? So now let me write like this here. Okay. This is what heap area. Okay. So this is string constant. Now, so now with this statement, one object will be created. Where this object will be created? In string constant pool area. Right. So what is the content? Santosh. Right. Now, what is the reference variable representing the Santosh? St name one. I mean student name one. Right. So no. And as if you see the second statement for this also, what is the content, guys? Santosh, the constant Santosh. So now already with the content object is already created in string constant pool, right? Now will not create any new object. Simply okay. St name 2 will refer what the same object. Student name. What is the student name? The second student name also Santosh. Okay. Now okay. Now here I'm creating one more object, string object, string st name 3, third student, is equal to new string of again Santosh. Yeah. So now for this statement, how many objects will be created, guys? Two objects will be created. See, by using new operator, if you try to create any object, that object will be created in where? Heap area. But with all the constant, this is what one constant. For constant, where it will be created, guys? In string constant pool, right? Yesterday we discussed this. Now, first of all, the constant Santosh. But the constant already any object will be there in the string constant pool with the same content. Yes, we have. So that's why now we are not going to create what any new object. Okay. Now see here, string st name 3 is equal to new string of Santosh. So by using new operator we are creating means where the new object will be created in the heap area. Right. Now, one object will be created in heap area. So what is the content, guys? Santosh. Right? So now, what is the reference variable it is representing the Santosh? St name 3. Student name 3. Right? So now, when you create string object with a new operator, okay, that always that object will be created in where, guys? In heap area. Okay. Now this reference variable always representing what? The object which you created in heap area, guys. Okay. So now, so here, how many objects will be created in this statement? Only one object will be created, right? In the heap area, because with this constant already object has been created in string constant pool. So that's why okay for this I mean for the statement okay only one object created. Usually for the statement how many objects will be created? Two objects will be created. One is in heap area, another one is string constant pool. Okay, that's what we discussed right in yesterday class. But now in this case already in string constant pool object is there with the same content. So that's why we are not going to create what one more object. Okay, because already there the object is there with the same content in string constant pool. We are not going to create any new object. Simply we will refer. Okay, but here we are using new operator, right? This st name3 will be referred to what? The object which is created in heap area. Okay, this reference variable always will give priority to whom now? The object already which created in heap area. Okay, if you create by using new operator, right? So now, yeah. So now, hmm, now I'm trying to see st name3 dot concat. Okay, now I'm trying to st name3, right? Now, so what I'm doing now, I'm calling concat method, okay, which is there in string class, and here I'm appending Kumar, right? So now already st name3 we have, right, one object. On that object, I'm calling what, guys? Concat method. I'm trying to append what? Kumar, right? So now here I'm trying to append Kumar for the existing object called Santosh. Right. So now if I print SOP system.out.println of st name3. Okay. So now what is the output here? Understand? System.out.println of st name3 I'm trying to print. So what is the output here? Only Santosh case. Understand? Why? Okay, let me explain. See here in the statement stname3.concat of Kumar we have, right? No, with the statement already this is what? Constant. For the constant, definitely one object will be created where, guys? In the SCP. So that's what we discussed, right? So now, what is the constant value here? Kumar, right? Now Kumar, fine. Right, because there is no object in SCP, okay, with the same content called Kumar. So that's why now this time new object will be created in SCP area. Okay, that is what Kumar. I mean, what is the content for this object Kumar? Right. So now here I'm trying to call what? Concat. Okay, at runtime I'm calling concat method. Okay, if you try to perform here what? Runtime operation. If you perform any runtime operation, okay, if you perform any runtime operation, so with that runtime operation, if any object is going to create, always that object is going to create where, guys? In heap area, right? So now, because string is what? Immutable. Here I'm trying to append Santosh with Kumar on existing object. Okay, but here in string class, okay, we cannot change anything in what, guys? Existing object. Why? String is immutable, right? Now here with this change, what I'm trying to update now? Santosh Kumar. So now I'm trying to change what, guys? Existing content, existing object content. What is the existing object content? Santosh. Now I want to update Santosh to Santosh Kumar. Now I'm trying to change what? Some updation. With the updation, okay, a new object will be created. Okay, with the updation, with the change, new object will be created. In the new object, okay, the change will be there. What is the change here? Santosh Kumar. Santosh Kumar. Okay, a new object will be created. That is what? Immutable, right? So now Santosh Kumar. Okay, if you try to perform any runtime operation, with that runtime operation, if any new object will be created, that new object always will be placed in where, guys? Heap area. Understand? Not in SCP. You have to remember. Okay. Now in heap area, that new object will be created. Okay, now, so now if you see the statement, do we have any reference variable to represent this Santosh Kumar? We don't have, right? So that's why now here, if in the statement, what I'm trying to print here, system.out.println of st name3. Understand? st name3, guys, here. Okay, by mistakenly NAME, but this is st name3. Now here I'm trying to print what? St name3. So what is the st name3 reference variable representing? Santosh. So that's why it here, I mean, the old object, the new, existing object, Santosh, right? So now that's what is the output here we are seeing, guys? Santosh. Okay. Now, so here, what you need to understand, okay? Now, if okay, in string class, if you create any object with the some content, okay, now if you are trying to perform any change in the, okay, if you are trying to perform any change with the content of that object, with the new change, a new object will be created. Okay, now with the change, a new object will be created, but we cannot update the existing object content. That is called what, guys? Immutable. Immutable means what? Okay, non-changeable. Once you create a string object, you cannot change that object. That is called what? Immutable. If you try to perform any change, like in the existing object, with the new change, a new object will be created. Okay, so you cannot perform any change in what? In the existing object. If you try to perform any change with the new change, a new object will be created. So that is called what, guys? Immutability. Okay, once we created a string object, we cannot perform any change in the existing object. If you are trying to perform any changes, with those changes, a new object will be created. This behavior is called what? Immutability. Okay, so now why Java people make string as immutable? Due to string constant pool, right? Due to string constant pool. So I think already we discussed it right here, the Mumbai Chennai, right here, right? Because all the reference variable are representing what? The same object, because of string constant pool, right? So now, if anyone is going to change anything in the existing object, unnecessarily the other references are going to affect or not. This is definitely will be an issue, right? To prevent that issue, so Java people make the string object is what, guys? Immutable. So once we created a string object, you cannot perform any change in the within that object. Okay, if any person is trying to change anything new, with the new change, a new object will be created. Okay, right? The existing object will not be impacted, will not be affected. So this behavior is nothing but what, guys? Immutability. Okay, hope you people clear now, right? Now, now, so now we'll go with the next case, guys. Okay, so so now, what is the next case here? Yeah, we will see a few examples. Okay, so case one, let's assume the case one. Now I'm writing string s1 is equal to new string. Okay, new string of here Santosh. Okay, now string s2 is equal to new string of, okay, again Santosh. Fine. Now string s3 is equal to Santosh. Okay, now string s4 is equal to Santosh. Okay, so now with this, how many objects will be created, guys? So if you take this is the program, so you tell me how many objects will be created for this. Okay, now let me, we will see, guys, here. Now what is the first one? We will draw a diagram here, like, I mean, on table. This is what heap. Okay, in the heap area, how many objects will be created? in string constant pool, how many objects will be created? Right? No. Tell me here the first line. What is the first line? String S1 is equal to new string of Santosh. Right? So now, but after executing this first line, so how many objects will be created, guys? Two objects will be created. One is string constant pool, another one is heap area, right? If you see here, Santosh. Santosh is what, guys? One constant, right? For all the constant, where it will be created, guys? In the constant pool, right? String constant pool. Now, in the string constant pool, one object is created. What is the content of this object? Santosh, right? Now, you see, by using new operator, always new object will be created, but always that object where it will be placed, guys, under heap area. So that's what we discussed, right? Now, the heap area, one object will be created. So now, what is the content of this object now? Santosh. Okay, right. Now, now, so now, what is the reference variable pointing to this object, guys? S1. Reference variable S1 pointing to this object, guys. Okay, because when you create a object by using new operator, okay, if any reference variable is representing, so always the reference variable represent the object which is created under heap area, not the object which is created under string constant pool. You have to remember. Fine. Now, so now if you take the second statement, string st is equal to new string of Santosh, right? Now, if you see here also there is a constant. What is the string literal here? This is the string literal, right? This is constant, right? What is the string literal here? Santosh. Now, always the string literal, string constant, where those constants will be created. I mean, the objects will be created with this constant. One object will be created, right? Where it will be created under string constant pool. But JVM will go and verify before creating any object in string constant pool with the same content. Okay, do we have any object already being created in the SCP area or not, right? But already one object is created, right, with the same content, Santosh. So that's why this time, okay, this time new object will not be created in string constant pool area. Just it will refer what, guys, the existing object what we created. Fine. So now after that, by using new operator, obviously, when you use new operator means obviously new object will be created. So that object always placed under where, guys? Heap area, right? So now what is the content now? Santosh, right? Now, what is the reference variable representing this object? S2. There now? Right. So now, so here in this example, how many objects? I mean, first line, how many objects will be created? Two objects will be created, right? Two objects. For the second, how many objects will be created here? One object will be created. Right. Now, string S3 is equal to Santosh. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me remove this. String S3 is equal to Santosh. So now this is what, guys? Santosh. Constant. String constant. Where the string constants will be created under string constant pool. But before creating, JVM will check. Okay. So do we have any object with the same content or not? Already, yes, we have an object with the same content. Now JVM will not create any new object. Simply JVM will refer this object. What is the reference variable for this object? S3, right? So now S3 is going to refer what, guys? This existing object in string constant pool. Now, so now here how many objects will be created? 0 objects, right? We are not creating any new object here. We are referring to just simply existing object. Now, coming to this one, string S4 is equal to Santosh, right? Again, string constant. Definitely where we need to create the string constant pool. but already a new object will be created with the same content. So simply our S4 also trying to refer what guys? The existing object, right? So now here also how many objects will be created? Zero object, right? Zero object. So now total how many objects will be created? In this case, three objects. Clear now? Right? No. No. So object creation in SCP is always optional, guys. First, JVM will check is any object already present in SCP with the required content or not. If it is already available, then JVM will reuse that object. If it is not already available, then only a new object will be created, right? So now, always object creation in SCP is what, guys? Optional, right? No. Let me write that point, guys. Object creation in SCP is is always optional. Okay. Now, first, JVM will check. Okay, is any object already present in SCP with the required content or not? Okay, if it is already present, right? If it is already available or present, then okay, will JVM will reuse, okay, will reuse that object. Okay, if it is not already available, then only a new object will be created. Will be created. Clear now? Right. Next point. Whenever we are okay, whenever we are using new operators, whenever we are using new operator, okay, whenever we are using new operator, okay, a new object will be created on the heap area. Okay, new operator. Compulsory a new object will be created on the heap. Right? See, now, whenever we are using new operator, compulsory new object will be created on the heap area. But object creation SCP is what? Always optional. Okay. So already we discussed. First, JVM will check is any object already present in SCP with the required content or not. If it is already present, then JVM will reuse that object. If it is not already available, then only a new object will be created. But whenever we're using new operator to create any object, compulsory new object will be created on the heap area. See, whenever we're using new operator to create a string object or else. Okay. Hmm. Compulsory, a new object will be created on the heap area. Clear now? Right. So now, here see, hmm, here. Hmm. If you see this heap area and string constant pool, right? See, here the first object S1 is representing what? One object. S2 is representing what? One object. So what is the S1 object contained? Santosh. What is the S2 object contained? Santosh. So now in the heap area, right? We can have two objects which have same content. Am I right? In the heap area, we can have two objects, okay, which is having same content. But if you see in string constant pool area, okay, we cannot have, okay, two objects which have what? Same content, right? Because if the content is same, then JVM will not create what? New object, okay? JVM will simply refer what, guys? The existing object. Am I right? There are not. Right. So now there may be a chance of two objects with same content on heap, but there is no chance of existing two objects with the same content on SCP. Duplicate objects are possible on the heap, but not on SCP. Am I right? No. Let me write that point too. Okay. There may be chance of existing two objects with same content on heap area. Okay, but there is no chance of existing two objects which have same content in SCP, right? Duplicate objects means duplicate content. Okay. Hmm. Duplicate content related objects are possible on the heap, right? In the heap, but not on SCP. With this point, come on, guys. No. Okay, right. So now let me go with the next case, guys. Okay, see here. Now I'm giving one more case, case two. So now here we'll see, right? So now in the case two, here I'm giving it. See now string s1 is equal to, okay, new string of Santosh. Okay, now after that s1 dot concat of, okay, s1 dot concat of, okay, now Java. Okay, now I'm creating one more object. String s2 is equal to new string of string s2 is equal to, okay, no, let me write. S1 dot concat of, okay, s1 dot concat of ticky. Clear? Ticky. Now, s1 dot concat of, okay, s1 dot concat of like soft, some word. Okay, now system dot out dot println of s1, system dot out dot println of s2. Okay, so this is the example. Now, how many objects will be created with this example, guys? Okay, shall we see? No. So now, let me add here. This is what heap area. We'll see in the heap area how many objects will be created. In SCP area, how many objects will be created? We will see now. This is SCP, right? Now, see here. What is the first statement? String S1 is equal to new string of Santosh, right? So one object will be created. Right. So where that first object will be created with this statement, how many objects will be created, guys? Two objects will be created. Already we know, right? One is string constant pool. Another one is heap area, right? Now in the string constant pool, one object will be created. What is the content, guys? Santosh. Now with the new operator, obviously a new object will be created. Where that object will be created? In the heap area. So what is the content now? Santosh. Right. Now, what is the reference variable representing this object? S1. S1 is pointing what? This object. Already we know, right? Fine. So now, here, if you see the second, hmm, if you see the second statement, what is the second statement? S1 dot concat of Java. So now, here also we have what? One string literal, string constant. What is Java? Obviously, all the constant where it will be going to create in SCP. In the SCP, if you have any object which is having Java as a content, no. So that's why JVM will create what? One object in SCP. So now new object will be created in SCP. What is the content of this new object? Java. Right. So now, so s1 dot concat, right? So now concat is what, guys? A method, okay, which is available in string class. Now here runtime call. This is what, guys? Runtime method call. So if you do any runtime operation with that runtime operation, if any new object is going to create, always that new object where it will be created, guys? Obviously under heap area, right? Now S1 having Santosh, right? Now S1 dot concat of Java. So now with the concat, Santosh Java will be created. So now the Santosh Java object where it will be created under heap area. All right. Santosh Java. Okay. The heap area we created, guys. So now we have any reference variable? No, we don't have any reference variable. Fine. See, because this is string is what? Immutable. We cannot change what? The content of the existing object. If you are trying to perform any update of the existing object with the change, new object will be created. That is what? Immutable, right? See here, I am trying to concat what? Santosh with Java because there is a change, right? There is a change in content. Earlier it is Santosh. After concat, it will become what? Santosh Java. Okay, but string is not allowed to change in what? Existing object, right? If you try to change anything in the content with the change, new object will be created. So that's what new object here creating, right? Santosh Java. That is what immutability. Fine. So now, what is the second set? String S2. See, S1 dot concat of techie again. So this is what case techie is a string literal. For techie, definitely one object will be created where in the string constant pool, right? Because there is no object called what? Techie. So that's what JVM will create one new object in string constant pool, right? Now, see here again, S1 dot concat of techie. Again, we are calling S1. S1 is representing what? Santosh. On the Santosh object, on the S1 object, I'm trying to perform what? Concatenation of tick. Okay, so like Santosh ticky, but can we change the existing object? We cannot change, right? If you are trying to change the content with the change, new object will be created. So now what is the new object? Always that object where it will be placed, guys. This is runtime operation, right? Because runtime method call we are calling concat. Okay. Hmm. With the runtime operation, if you are trying to change anything, okay, so new object will be created. So with the new object, where it will be created always under heap area, right? Now, Santosh Techie. What is the object, guys, here? Santosh Techie. Come on, Santosh Techie. Am I right? No. Hmm. Santosh Techie. So now, for this, do we have any reference variable? Yes, we have reference variable. What is the reference variable now? S2. So now, S2 is representing what? This object. Clear now? No. So what is the next line we have here? S1 dot concat of soft. So now soft is what again? String literal, right? For string constant, obviously where it will be created, guys? Under SCP, because there is no object called soft as a content in the SCP. So that's why JVM will create what? New object in SCP. So what is the content? Soft. Right. So now here what S1 dot concat again on the S1 object I'm trying to concat what soft. So Santosh soft. Here I'm trying to change what existing object content. So can we change existing object content in string class in string object? We cannot change. Right. So now we are trying to perform what? We are trying to change the existing content with the new change, what will happen now? New object will be created, right? So what is the new object will be created now? Santosh soft. But always where that new object will be created under heap area. Because why? This is runtime operation. Concat method is the runtime call, right? So now Santosh soft, right? So now Santosh soft. So S1 dot concat of Santosh soft. So now do we have any reference variable here? No, we don't have any reference variable. So that's why Santosh soft will be created under heap area. Now how many objects will be created? So here two objects. Here how many objects will be created, guys? In this statement S1 dot concat of Java. How many objects will be created? One is Java, another one is Santosh Java, right? Two objects. Now, with this statement, how many objects will be created, guys? How many objects will be created? One is Techie. S1 dot concat. Okay. Santosh Techie. This one. Now, S2 is okay. Started representing this object. How many objects? Two. Right. Now, here S1 dot concat of. Here, how many objects will be created? One is soft. Okay. And due to this runtime operation called concat, one more object will be created. That is Santosh soft. So total two objects. So now system.out.println of S1 means here what is the output, guys? System.out.println of S1 Santosh, right? See here S1 representing what? Santosh. This object, what is the content? Santosh. Now system.out.println of S2. What is the content here? What is the output? S2. S2 is representing what? This object. What is the content of this object? Santosh Techie, right? Santosh Techie. There now, total how many objects will be created? 8 objects, right? So this is what, guys, okay, string immutable. Hope you people clear now, right? So now the remaining topics we will discuss on what, guys, okay, tomorrow class. Thank you all.